Hey, I thought I'd give my quick thoughts and an overview on Samurai Warriors 5. I'm playing the Switch version because I'm too lazy to turn on my PS4. But the good news is the apparently on base PS4, the game runs at a stable 60 FPS, which is not what I was expecting. The Switch version is a relatively stable 30 FPS, and I just don't feel like turning on the PS4. As you know, I never use it. I'm always on either here or the PC or the phone. the uh, the PlayStation 4 is my least used gaming platform. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into this really quick. This is not like the Age of Calamity demo where there's a lot of grinding you can do. You can pretty much just get a feel of the mechanics, watch a couple cutscenes, get a feel of the story, and that's about it. I suppose you could grind out money on this, but who knows how useful that's going to be. Generally, with Muso games where they let you grind in the demo and carry over progress, you can get the progress way faster just by playing for a few hours in the full game. But there are no real weapons to grind or anything outside of Nobunaga. Turn this down a bit so you guys can hear me. Or just don't say what I said. Okay, we're good now. So they give you a couple characters to try. You get Ieyasu, you get No, you get Toshie, and you get Hideyoshi. I played as Ieyasu. I think this is definitely the cooler version of Ieyasu. I think in Samurai Warriors or the Koei games, he's always had like the most boring moveset. Here, he's pretty fast. The problem is that he does like pixels of damage, so he's not that fun to use. But you know, this is a demo with like almost no access to any of the progression systems, so it's really hard to pass judgment on this game as it is now, outside of just getting a feel of the core gameplay mechanics. Okay, so the thing that's really weird about this game is buffs are better to take than your offensive moves. Your offensive moves, at least in the demo, they do pitiful damage. I'm sure that they will do more damage later on. You'll probably be able to make builds around them. But what's interesting about buffs in this game is that they actually act as both like bullet time, and they act as Roman cancels too. So you can use those to just basically give yourself Roman cancels whenever you want. So I'm just going to leave him set up like this. Put this here because I'm used to it being there. So Hideyoshi has a jump cancel. You can cancel into a launcher at any time. Also, with Godspeed attacks, you can also cancel them into a light attack. So you can do stuff like this. Do a couple Godspeed attacks. C4, launch. Like that. Unfortunately, the farther you get into the difficulties, the more the enemies tech out, which makes it seem really pointless to take offensive R1s. Now that pulse move, basically it acts like like an Iggy cancel or Spirit Dash from the older games.
敵ながらいい面構えだ。こちらも手を抜けんな。
Combos for you.
おじさまの人質を奪う
It feels like they want you to use the buffs as like offensive cancels, but the fact that they get out of combos so much kind of makes characters like Hideyoshi feel a little bit awkward. Not only does the buff act as a Roman cancel,
今川の本体
it
が
also
現れる。
stuns them. You get hit stun off it,
これで後戻りはできなくなる。
ridiculously weird. It's crazy how strong buffs are. You know, normally in a game like this where, you know, there's an emphasis on really stylish, frantic moves and stuff, you don't want to take buffs because they're boring, and they don't have as much utility as an actual melee move, but here they're like the best things you can take by a pretty large margin.
わしはここで時を稼ぎます。その間に若は逃げ延びてください。
Here's Kiryu from Yakuza. He's looking for a bike to throw into somebody.
見上げたものだな。
信行兄様はどこかな。言いつけの通り味方を連れてきたけど。
またも退路を断たれてしまった。ほう、位置も来てくれたのか。俺は兄弟に恵まれたな。開門。信行たちが押されているか。直ちに援護するぞ。そこか。おい。家康を織田に奪われてはならん。急ぎ助けよ。そりゃ向こう一ついただきだ。聞かせていただこう。いいぞ、よくやってくれた。そこか。どんどん行くぞ、どんどん。
わしと手合わせをしよもうか。
Like right there, I just forced hit stun by using a passive buff. I guess you could call them offensive buffs.
私の獲物発見
Trying to show some decent applications of it.
Come これで先に進めそうだ。急ぎ人質を追うぞ。
So you can also cancel from a Godspeed attack to a normal attack in the air.
ただの人質と侮っていたが、なかなかの気骨を持っているようだな。何のためにこんな無謀な戦を。
See how often they tech out even on normal.
また無茶なことして。
Makes this character feel real awkward. It's like they want you to go into the air, but they tech out so often. That's why just keeping them on the ground and using your offensive, or whatever you want to call them, your buffs, seems like the better course of action. So on hard mode, they tech out way more often, but you don't have access to the skill trees or any of the weapon upgrade systems. You know how Musou games are. Playing them at the start like this with nothing, compared to when you've been playing for like at least 30 hours, is usually a pretty massive difference. So can't really pass judgment, but it does feel really awkward how they seem to want you to offensively combo things, but the game doesn't really let you. So that's basically your overview. Seems like you have to play this quite a bit different, even though the combat is still the same ancient charge system. There's a lot more emphasis on using buffs. As you saw there, you can use buffs as an application for hit stun. Also kind of doing a burst bait, like when someone bursts, you can buff right next to them and you put them back in hit stun. So even though the combo breaks because they keep teching out, you're basically still just keeping them on the keeping them in a combo. It feels really awkward. I'm not sure if I'd really play the harder difficulties on this if it just bogs down to either the usual, Musou spam or R1 spam, or not really letting you use the combo system. I think you can actually do some pretty cool stuff in this game, and this is just scratching the surface because we don't have the full moveset, we have no access to the skill trees, we can't optimize weapons. I'm sure all those things are going to play a pretty major part, but right now, I think they tech out way too much, and it feels like it actively hurts the game. I understand that they don't want it to be like Warriors Orochi 4, where they never tech out of anything, and it was too easy to like just 100% combo everything to death. I feel like how little damage you do without any optimization on your character done, I think that kind of already breaks that already. It makes that a non-issue, rather, especially when you consider when you're doing this in an actual fight, you're going to have other allies dying and stuff. You're not going to want to do like 10-minute long combo videos where you're doing a pixel of damage each attack. I'm not really sure how the game is going to play out. I hope that I will get to try it right away. I'm pretty financially strapped right now. It's been a very expensive and stressful month to run this channel. With luck, my buddy's going to help me out, so I'll try to get out some footage if I can. The Switch version, as you can see, it does run better than stuff like Age of Calamity, but it does drop frames occasionally. I'm sure as the story progresses and the levels get heavier and bigger, both population and how their size is and everything, it's probably going to tank frames quite a bit, but apparently it runs at a locked 60 FPS on the base PS4, so I'll be trying that out later. It's just I just got off my kitty sitting job. I didn't feel like going on there and downloading it and everything. It's a lot easier to just do this on the Switch, especially since I already played through the demo over there a couple hours ago. I think the combat changes do feel pretty good, but I think that they went a little bit overboard on the enemy teching. It would have been better if they had like a something like Battle for the Grid, where you can combo really long in that game, but you have a limit to how many states that you can inflict on the opponent before they tech out. I think that would have been a lot better. Like maybe if they had it so you could do like a couple charge attacks and then maybe cancels, like gave you one restriction back and then like maybe one air combo or something. I think that would be a lot better than just, we're just going to let you cancel everything into everything, but at the end of the day, you're really just going to be spamming offensive buffs just to keep them in hit stun, even though they keep teching out. But the downside to that is it doesn't really let you use the combo system, so it feels in an awkward place, but like I said, it's very hard to pass judgment because we don't have access to basically any of the customization mechanics at all. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week with the full version, hopefully. Thanks for watching.